everybody. Sorry I'm a little late. Anyway, I hope all is well. Uh, it's kind of overcast and cloudy today. If you hear a knock on the door, hi Dorothy. If you hear a knock on the door, I'm waiting for my new cell phone to come in. And it's supposed to arrive today, So anyway, there might be an interruption, so you're forewarned. Hey Virginia, hey Nancy. Good to see you guys. So anyway, hope you all had a good weekend outside of tragedy that happened in Tennessee, Clarksville. They got hit by a tornado. Um, so far, they're still assessing, by the way. So far, it's 6 people and several dozen injured, and look, excuse me, a lot of building damage. But we don't know yet what the Fujita scale is yet for that tornado. What scale? What it is on the scale yet? Because there were a whole line of storms behind that one that hit. Anyway, of course, as you know, you've probably been watching Minus Touch and some of the other that keep us informed of all what's going on. I like Jack Smith. He's about 6 steps ahead of Trump and his lawyers, and he's trying to make a point where Trump keeps repeating, saying Trump does not have presidential immunity ever. He's a private citizen and he's being charged for crimes that he's been caught doing. So Trump is an idiot, and his lawyers are idiots. He picks lawyers that act like him. Sorry, my computer's acting up, and I don't like it when it does that. It makes things difficult. I'm gonna erase this a little bit. Anyway, there we go. Anyway, Trump was supposed to testify today, and I'm going, you know what, he's not going to do it. He's going to chicken out. Sure enough, he chickened out. His lawyer, Abbas, said, well, he will testify on Monday because he won't chicken out. He's not a coward. Well, guess what he did? He chickened out. He made her a liar more than anything. Trump's afraid, like any bully or narcissist, they don't like hard questions. They don't like being confronted. They don't like being boxed in. And Trump doesn't want to face the hard questions, ever. Like when he didn't want, like he skipped the debates. He didn't want the hard questions thrown at him. That's why he didn't do the big debates. And the other candidates would pick on him, okay? And he keeps becoming more and more of a coward on this, okay? He's being boxed in. Anyway, my thinking is that he's already losing in court. He's losing the fraud trial. He will lose his businesses everywhere because he can't do business. Whatever the Trump organization name is, okay. The main license that he's due to do for his license headquarters comes out of New York. So any of the other Trump names around the country that he can't do business in once that's yanked. It's already been yanked, but it will be made official once the trial is completely over. Also, he won't get the nomination because I don't see him campaigning all that hard. I don't think he has the money ever. And most of his money is spent on his lawyers. And including the $900,000 he paid the expert witness. That expert witness made a good windfall. But he basically, hi Dorothy, I ignore the polls because I don't think they're very official. I don't think they're very scientific. They pick what the poll pick what they want to pick or who they pick to on Trump. So I basically somewhat ignore the polls. What I do is I view the actions and reactions. That's how I make the assumption. Well, look at President Biden. So what? His polls are down, but I think they're kind of manufactured. But President Biden's actions show that he's doing his job. He's doing what he's supposed to do. And he's trying to make things better for everybody. And he has a very, very strong work ethic compared to when he who shall not be named was in office. He didn't have a work ethic. Trump never did. So, yeah. So I kind of ignore the polls. I look at them, but I ignore it. I take what they say with a grain of salt more than anything. So anyway, Trump he'll lose both his businesses and the nomination, and he will never be caused to be in office again. Now, there is a Supreme Court thing where it's going to rule. Well, I looked at the media circuit, especially on my feed. I go through MSN on my news. I don't have Fox News or anything else, or Newsmax, or any of those right-wing channels on my feed. I don't, because I don't believe them. But I go with MSN, I go Associated Press, and some of the other, notables that do good journalism, okay, professional journalism. Anyway, he's gonna lose. Trump is gonna lose. And I don't see anything in the major media. Maybe there's one blurb about him not doing testifying, but there's no saturation. Yeah. Well, see, BBC mandates truthful journalism. That's what they mandate. That's why Fox News was booted out of Europe. Europe concentrates on the truth, except for Russia. So yeah. By the way, the British shows, like on their just, I know this is off subject, but on their programming, especially the comedy and their mysteries, they're very, very good. They're very good programming there. Wish we had more of that here. Earlier today, President Zelensky of Ukraine came over here and discussed with President Biden regarding the funding for Ukraine, because he wants to beat Putin. I mean, beat him back so hard it's not even funny. Russia's army they're almost on nothing, okay? Poland is helping blocking any kind of Russian access to Ukraine, like supplies and everything else. So Poland is helping Ukraine out. And Poland does not like Russia. They basically pretty much hate them. Now, the only group of people I worry about in Russia is the Russian citizens themselves. They're caught in the middle of all this. And Putin is treating them like dirt. Well, that's not a leader. That's a bully. Okay? So, I would love to see Putin quit the war and resign, or get pushed out. Putin needs to be pushed out. He needs to be thrown in prison. And they need a good leader to lead Russia, not a dictator, okay? Dictators never really work, okay? And people need to recognize that themselves, okay? Like here in the United States, we don't want a dictatorship, ever. Because we've seen it so many times in other countries. And Trump is living in Never Never Land of his own making. So his dictatorship will be in a jail cell. However, he'll rule himself if he knows how to. Another thing too, if you remember his rival and critic that also was trying to run for the Russian presidency, Alexei Navalny, he was in prison, but now they don't know where he is. Whereabouts are unknown, and the Russian prison officials said he's not there. So I don't know if he's been taken out, literally, or he's been secretly removed by his supporters. Secretly, smuggled out, or he escaped, one or the other. So it's hard to say what's going on there. I mean, we could speculate, but we don't know really and truly what's going on there yet. I don't know why the Russian news service is so afraid of telling the truth. I really do. I can't understand why they're so afraid to. They're the voice. They should be the voice of the Russian citizens, not Putin. Okay. So anyway, we like to hope and pray that he's okay, Mr. Navalny, Alexei, and we hope that he's going to be okay. That he's safe and he's healthy and everything else. So, and then speaking of the weather department, this happened earlier today. A tornado hit Ireland. Yeah, well, you know what? Putin is the one that needs to be controlled. He's the one that should be in prison along with his cronies. He belongs in there. And he should have everything stripped of him. I really do. And he took a risk going to China when they The Hague should have agents on standby to grab him because he's under, they have an arrest warrant for him in The Hague for Putin. So, too bad they can't march right in there and arrest his ass, okay? The Hague is a world court, okay? A royal court has jurisdiction around the world, okay? And of course, yes, they have to follow international law. But international law should have a stipulation that anytime a leader of a country that commits atrocities against another sovereign country, then he should be arrested. You know, well, people say, well, it's not going to happen. Well, then when you say it's not going to happen, that means it's being condoned. That's my thinking on this. And here in the United States, we're very lucky that none of our candidates for president are silenced, like Alexei over in Russia. Okay. Trump should be in jail. He should be in jail right now. Okay. He keeps violating his release orders when he should be in jail. He should be kept there. Oh, speaking of which, I happened to see a blurb this morning. I've forgotten where, but you remember George Santos? The guy that got booted from Congress a couple weeks ago, or a week ago? He is in federal custody. They arrested him. He is in federal custody now. They didn't say anything more about that, but there was a blurb on that he was arrested. So, the FBI doesn't give a hoot that he was a House of Representative, a congressman. And I hope New York, his district, picks a real good candidate and really do a thorough job of vetting that candidate to prevent the same mistake. Matter of fact, there should be the Federal Elections Commission should have a very strong vetting process in there to vet all the candidates to prevent things like that from happening, and especially for president, okay? Trump should never have been allowed to run for president. He should have been required to, they should have requirements, those that want to become president. They already got some established requirements, such as that you have to be over 35, that type of thing. But they need to toughen it up. They need to make it where that candidate have to have some governmental experience, in other words, working in the government public sector. Government public sector, like, let's say, for example, in a local town council or a city council for, let's say, a couple of years or a year or whatever. Each town is different when it comes to terms of office. Some are like 3 years, some are like 2 years, some are like 1 year, unless they're replacing a retired council member or a council member that passed away, for example. And then have experience in the state level, either as a representative, a House representative, state representative, or state senator, and or both, and then run for federal office, or be a governor, okay? Serve, like, say, 4 years as governor. Depends on each state is different when it comes to terms of office for governor, okay? Some are 2 years, some are 4 years. Some states have term limits for their governors, and some that don't. Now, here in Washington State, we don't have term limits for our governor, but they could choose to limit their own half, and they could serve, okay, as governor. Now, my governor, he's not running for re-election next year. So we'll be electing a new governor in 2024, who we don't know yet. We don't know if it's going to be another Democrat or going to be another Republican. Now, our Republican side here in Washington State is very, very tiny. I mean, it's so tiny, it's not funny. Our last governor we had here was in Republican governor. Let's see if I can remember right. Last one was in 1974. That was Dan Evans. He was a Republican governor, but he ran the state very well. Okay, he didn't throw all this crap like DeSantis is doing in Florida. So again, we need to have teeth in the federal elections when it comes to qualifications for the candidates. And federal elections should be given more teeth, if you will. Okay? And people candidates that violate the law or have been convicted of a crime or whatever, federal or state, then they should not be allowed to run. They should have it thrown out. The application should be thrown out. Right now, Trump's application should be really thrown out because he already had 91 counts against him, federal indictments against him for crimes that he committed. Okay? So, Trump should be slapped and slapped hard and thrown in jail. That's my thinking. If people don't like it, that's just too bad. Anyway, it's 1:25. I'm gonna grab, have a little bit of dessert. I'm gonna have a dish of ice cream. So anyway, I hope all is well. I will post this video on my YouTube channel. Be sure to like, subscribe. On my channel, I need likes. I need more likes, and I need more subscribers. Okay, for my channel. Feel free to share. And I'll see you guys. Let's see. Let me check. I'm not going anywhere this week, so I don't have any appointments. Let me check my calendar. Hold on a second. My calendar keeps disappearing. Hold on a second. You know, in some ways I wish Google hadn't changed their format. Okay. Alright, I will see you on Wednesday at 1 o'clock. Okay? And love you too, Virginia. And I hope your son is getting better. As I stated. Yeah. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Love you all. Love you. Bye-bye. And thank you.